Welcome to Meeple Mythos. I'm Nick, and today we're exploring the legends surrounding the crumbling, mysterious tower in Capstone Game's latest release, Falling. Designed by Kentaro Yazawa, this 1 to 4 player game pits researchers against a falling sky tower. But today we're going to dissect its solo mode. I evaluate games across 7 different metrics on a 1 to 5 scale, then convert that into a final score out of 10. My goal is to keep things short, sweet, and to the point, so let's jump in. I'm a bit torn on fun and enjoyment for this one. At times, that decision space on where to put your machines can be really fun, deciding on whether or not to put them lower so they come off and give you immediate bonuses, or put them up higher so that they give you a steady income. But in the solo mode, there just isn't enough tension anywhere else in the game. Because the bot operates purely at a random capacity, planning your positioning feels kind of like a toss up. You might carefully decide whether to stay on a particular floor or move up, but then the bot might just also move up and then build on that same turn that you were planning to build on, and it blocks you anyway. I'm not entirely sure the solo mode has really long-term staying power, and so with that, I'm going to be giving this a 3 out of 5. This is where I think the core game shines the most, but the solo mode might limit it. Turn by turn, choosing to climb floors and deploy your machines for those immediate end of round bonuses or push higher for an income does present a really interesting choice round to round. However, when you get 3 total actions in the entire game, and it really just boils down to 2, do you build a machine or do you fly higher? With resources being so tight, your strategic aspect often can hit a hard wall just because you really only have 2 options. And so the core strategy is solid, but the depth feels a little constrained. And so again, I'm going to go with a 3 out of 5 on this one. Keep in mind, I'm strictly judging the solo mode here. Multiplayer may be an entirely different story, but after 5 plays, I kind of feel like I've seen everything the solo mode has to offer. The asymmetric characters and the victory point cards add some flavor, but they don't drastically change your game from one game to the next. Every game devolves into standard Euro game territory. Squeeze the resources just enough to buy yourself one more turn. Without dynamic bot reactions forcing your hand, I just don't see myself coming back to this. And so for that, I'm going to give replayability a score of 2 out of 5. Okay, now we're at the solo bot AI ease. And for bot management here, it's an absolute breeze. The AI cards are crystal clear. You flip a card, boom, the bot builds a machine. Maybe it climbs a floor. Maybe it does both, blocks a negotiation space, done. The trade-off for that speed is that the bot really isn't making any smart decisions or any targeted plays to block you or gather resources for itself. But as far as ease of play goes, it's perfect execution. So I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. I'm loving games coming out of Japan, but localization can occasionally hit a few bumps. Falling does have some minor typos and translation errors, but nothing that breaks the game. The rulebook is pretty well structured, and I learned both the base game and solo mode without reading any online forums on BGG or Reddit. With a fast 45-ish minute solo playtime and very quick setup, it's very approaching a fast-playing medium-rate Euro. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 4 out of 5. The lore in the rulebook reads like a mix between an isekai anime and Junji Ito's Uzumaki, which is right up my alley. Flying up a crumbling tower and snatching your machines before they plunge into the abyss feels thematic in concept, but beyond the core premise and machine mechanics, there isn't that much flavor text or world building to really keep you deeply immersed. It's pretty average, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Production is solid across the board. While it's not a Mind Clash or Eagle Griffin level game, the optional acrylic tokens feel great in hand, and the resource sizing is intuitive, and the anime style artwork looks crisp on the table. I like it quite a bit, so I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. Adding up all our metrics together gives Falling a final score of 6.0 out of 10. Remember, on my scale, a 5 is an average game that I'm still going to recommend. It's equivalent to a BGG 7. So a 6.0 means Falling is a solid, good game where there's true potential, and that likely shines in the multiplayer. If you're newer to the hobby, looking for something a bit meatier for your solo collection that plays relatively fast and teaches easily, it's definitely worth a look. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below what your favorite solo Japanese import is. Until next time, keep your myths legendary. I'm Nick, and thanks for watching.